Hello, my name's Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP, and I'm here today on Partner Talks with a very special guest, Torben Kragelund. Torben, introduce yourself, and for those who don't know who you are, tell them what you do.
Thank you, Rick. Thanks for having me on the show. So my name is Torben Kragelund. I'm based in Denmark. I've been in the channel for about 20 years now, and for the last 3 or 4 years, I've been running the Directions for Partners community here in Europe, where we do an event in Europe and, of course, one in Asia also. And I'll get a little bit more into some of the other events we're running. But I've been both a reseller, so running a consulting department with about 20 people here in Denmark. And then before I went into doing this full time, I was at Continuous Software and heading up their global sales and marketing. I have a little bit of experience on both sides of the fence.
Okay, excellent. So, Torben, for those who may not know, tell us a little bit about the Directions Conference and how you got started, and what are you doing today?
So Directions started back in 2007, and it was actually an initiative in Atlanta in North America, where Mary and Dale Lanham and a group of other people, they started up this community event. And I was there at that first event with a couple of other Europeans, and we thought, this is a good idea. We need that in Europe. And then since that, we've been running it in Europe and growing it out to Asia also with the Directions conferences. And then we've also added more to it, like the Days of Knowledge event that we will talk about here.
Okay, so we have a Directions happening in November this year. Why don't we talk a little bit about that?
So Directions EMEA is in the first week of November, and that is like the big launch event that follows the Microsoft release cycle, where we will focus on all the new features and functionality. We will focus on all the new initiatives from Microsoft and kind of get ready for the next cycle. So that's really what the Directions event is about.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about an event you're going to have in Atlanta in just a few weeks. So why don't we talk about that?
So 5, 6 years ago, many of the bigger Danish partners, they realized that they needed to do more to invest in their people. And with their people, we talk about the delivery people, so the developers and the consultants. A lot of things was happening on the platform, and a lot of new functionality was being put in. So to make sure that these people were updated and had the knowledge that they needed to deliver, they got together and worked with us in Direction and said, what can we do? And we came up with this concept called Days of Knowledge, which is a yearly event, and it is for training developers and consultants. We try to do it as cheap as possible, and we try to do it on a Friday and a Saturday to minimize time away from billable work. So it's really a training event where we try to do a yearly update of developers and consultants and give them that lift, either with new stuff that's coming out or with the next level in their career of becoming a more senior developer or a more senior consultant.
And I think this is really important because, your focus has been on Business Central because of where your community has sort of come from. And I think there's a lot of developers working out there that are sort of isolated, right? I'm working by myself or in a small team, and I don't really have the opportunity to get together with that development community and really learn and interact with some of the best people.
So I think there's definitely 2 points in that. There is the one that learning the new stuff, but there's also getting that experience that other people have already gained, because one thing is getting new technology out, but figuring out how to apply it and do that most efficiently and get the most out of it. I think that's a different angle. And this is really what we try to do here, is we try to share some of the experts' experience, get that out, get people inspired and motivated to go home and deploy that in their own practice.
Okay. So who are some of the instructors you're going to be having at the Atlanta event?
So we will have some of the people from Microsoft, and this will not be like the executives that will be talking the marketing bits. It will be the technical experts. So it'll be Freddie, which many of you know, Kenny, who's been around for a couple of years also, and Tony from the North American market also. And they will actually come and they will focus on a couple of topics around telemetry reporting and also what is new in the latest release. And then besides that, we will have the MVPs. So some of these MVPs are flying over from Europe, and they have been at this longer than me. So they've been working at this since like the mid '90s when it was still Navision, and they are they are probably the best we can get because they have real jobs in the real world, and then they cooperate with Microsoft, and they spend a ton of time diving deep into this, giving Microsoft feedback, and then also are some of the first ones to apply this in real life. So for the MVPs to come and share their experience in how to be most efficient and learn from their mistakes, I think that's the great value that you will get by attending this conference.
Okay, Torben, I want to thank you for your time today because this is a very important subject, and I'm sure those partners that really work in the mid-market are very excited about this, and they have a place to go now to actually get that next level of education around Business Central. Okay, so thanks for your time, and I'm
Thanks
sure
for
I'll be
having me.
back to you at some point to talk more about directions and talk more about the work you're doing with partners.
Yeah, well, we hope to see you all down in Atlanta here in September.
Okay, thank you,
All
and
right.
we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.